Alright, Shalom, Yahshua, peace, Israel, first and foremost. As always, I want to give all praises and honor and glorification due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to our elders, apostle of GMS worldwide. And peace and blessings to the hopefully Lekakiam that are out there pushing this gospel, this doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai in righteousness, in sincerity, and in truth, and also shalom, wabarakatam, peace and blessing to the brethren and a few sisters that may be tuning and listen, learning, studying under the vibration of Yahweh Bashim Shai Hashem Kakadash, and once again to Wadi Yahweh Bashim Shai for allowing us to be able to understand this good news, this wonderful gospel. I just came across this article and I want to listen on it in law willing. Law willing is satisfying, as always a purpose. Um, and it says the average black family will need 228 years to build the wealth of a white family today. So we understand perfectly the society was established by Esau and for Esau, by Edomites and for Edomites. And this is the white man's heaven. This is not our world. Our world will come once Yahweh Shai gets here. This is there's a saying in the world, and it's a white man's world, and that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why we catch so much hell in this world because of the curses, because of Deuteronomy 28 verse 15 and down. We had to the Lord has to the Lord allow our enemies to be over us, and our enemies they have done everything in their power to make sure we stay at the bottom, but eventually Yahweh Hashem Shai gonna come and save us from our condition, because if there's a nation who needs to be saved, it's our people. It's our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who need deliverance. We need to be redeemed from the hand of our enemies, and that's exactly uh, our current statement. Matter of fact, let's read the title of the article again. The average black family will need 228 years to build the wealth of a white family today. You know, uh, just as past public policy created the racial wealth gap, current policy widen it, and that's exactly what it is. These devils, they have laws, redlining. You can go on and go on. If we have to talk about this, man, we can stay here forever about how Esau passes laws, legislation to keep to make sure that the Israelites stay at the bottom. Meanwhile, the same law is allowed Edomites to take advantage of the economic, policies. It says if current economic trade continue, the average black household will need 228 years to accumulate as much wealth as the white counterparts hold today. For an average Latino family, it will take 84 years. And this is absent significant policy intervention or seismic change in the American economy, people of color will never close the gap. So you have to die and come back to be on the same playing field, to be on the same level of these devils, man. That's how we know we need a divine intervention. We need Yahweh Shai. We need a power from above to come and save us, to come and rescue us from the hand of our enemies, you know? Because these devils, they refuse to let us go. Matter of fact, yeah, let's get a record. They refuse to let them go. Uh, refuse to let them go. But they have for the affliction. Esau have for the affliction. Uh, Zechariah 11 verse 5. Zechariah 11 verse 5. Uh, 11 verse 5. Um, uh, they refuse to let them go. Uh, refused to let them go. Uh, yep. Matter of fact, yeah, that's a good one too. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 50 and 33, and he says, but I had this. Okay. Jeremiah 50 and 33 says, and he says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh Tazabak, the Lord of armies, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. So both kingdoms collectively, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, we are being oppressed together here in America, by these devils, by the Edomites, or enemies, or adversaries, Satan's children. And he says, the children of Judah and the children of Israel were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, and that's exactly what it is. These devils, they refuse to let us go. You know, they refuse to allow the playing field to be level, because they know if they allow the playing field to be level, we're gonna eventually overcome them. We're gonna eventually take over, and they don't want that. So no, by default, he's inferior than us, man. So he's not gonna allow the playing field to be level. He's gonna set up the condition for us to stay at the bottom forever. But that's not the case. The Lord Yahweh Shai, going to have to intervene to so that we can be on top, because he's the one that put us in this condition. So by default, he's the only one that has the power to save us out of it. Um, and he says, those are the key findings of a new study of the racial wealth gap released this week by the Institute for Policy Study (IPS) in the Corporations for Economic Development (CFED). They look at trade in household wealth from 1983 to 2013, or 30 years period that capture the rise of Reaganomics. Reagan, this devil, Ronald Reagan. That was the crack epidemic. This devil was the CIA was allowed this cartel from South America and from Mexico to sell drugs in the so-called black 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 community, man. That's what Esau did, you know. And he put a bunch of he destroyed the family structure by taking the men by taking the men out of the house, and that's exactly why you have a bunch of so-called black men in jail because of policy that these devils have implemented, especially with this devil Joe Biden, the three strike law. Joe Biden seems for for being the one to put it together. You know, that's why all people are stupid too, man. They think these devils have changed, man. They think this devil called Joe Biden has changed his mind. No, they are still the same devil, man. Fuck these devils, man. And he says, they look at trade in household wealth from 1983 to 2013, or 30 years period that capture the rise of Reaganomics, or Reagan economics. Matter of fact, can I look this up? Look up. Reaganomics, or Reaganism, was the neoliberal economic policies promoted by the U.S. President Ronald Reagan during the 1980s. These policies are characterized as supply side economics, trickle down economics, or voodoo economics by opponents, while Reagan and his advocates prefer to call it free market economics. They don't give you much. Matter of fact, let me go over uh, the economic policy of the former U.S. President Ronald Reagan, associated especially with the reduction of taxes and the promotion of unrestricted free market activities. The aim that cutting taxes generates more revenue as a key element of Reaganomics. Oh yeah, it's take your time. All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, okay. All right. Yeah, man, that's exactly what it is, man. Matter of fact, let's get my car set curses. Yeah, just devils, man. I got a few push-ups, but uh, I'm currently I'm currently on the PlayStation. Uh, Baruch, Baruch. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Baruch chapter 4 verse Baruch 4 verse 21. Be of good cheer, of my children, crown to the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, and he will deliver you from the power in the hand of your enemies. And that's exactly what it is. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to save us, to deliver us, just like he did in ancient Egypt, in the hand of Pharaoh. And the modern day Pharaoh is who? The modern day Pharaoh is Esau Edom, and the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to do just that, man. Yahweh Shai has to live up to his name. Yahweh Shai name is synonymous with salvation, so he's gonna get the credits for saving us from the hand of our enemies. And he said, "For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, or our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping," and that's exactly what we have been dealing with for centuries, man. Weeping and mourning. Our nation, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, we have catch all kind of hells underneath these nations, man. For I sent you with mourning and weeping, but Yahweh shall judge you, who gave you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Like as now the neighbors, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. And that's exactly what it is. So just like they have seen us fall, just like they have seen our nation being destroyed, guess what? They're going to see our salvation as well. They shall be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation, as the scripture says. You know, they're going to see it, man. Verse 25, and it says, "My children, suffer suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh Shemshai, for thine enemy had persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread down upon his neck." And that's exactly what it is. We're going to tread upon the necks of our enemies. Uh, yeah, the same people that hate us, man, we're gonna be ruling over them eventually, very soon. Thou hast given me the neck of my enemies. Thou hast like, given me. That's in Samuel. Giving me the neck Samuel, 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 Samuel. Oh, motherfucker, dude. Yep, yep. Second Samuel 22 verse 41. Thou also hast given me the necks of my enemies, that I may destroy them that hate me. And that's exactly what it is. We're going to destroy these devils, man. You know, we're gonna the Lord gonna allow us to take vengeance on these devils for what they have done to us, man. You know, and that's exactly what we'll look forward to. You know, to put these devils in slavery for 1,000 years, for 1,000 long, slowly years, man. And it says, my delicate ones have gone both ways, as were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort on my children, and crown to the most to our power the Most High, for he shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was, it says, for as it was in your mind to go straight from our power, so being returned, seek him 10 times more, and that's exactly what it is. You know, and that's exactly what we should do to seek our power. Yahweh Hashem Shai 10 times more. 10 goes into perfection. You know, you know. Uh, and it says, for he that had brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. You know, and that's exactly what it is. So the Lord is the one that brought us this, that brought these plagues upon us. You know, so by default, He's the only one that can take them away from us. You know, and it says, take a good heart, O Yerushalayim, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. And that's exactly what it is. The scripture says in Revelation 11, verse 8, 9, 10 down, that these nations, when they took us down, they rejoiced. You know, they said certainly this was the day that we look for. You know, they were happy when they took us down, because they remembered what we did to them when King David was ruling, when King Solomon was ruling. They remembered. They have the record of what we did, man. So when they took us down, hey, they rejoiced, man. And it says, miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons, you know, and that's exactly what it is. America has received our sons, man. You know, the transatlantic slave trade. You know, our people are scattered among all nations. So these cities, they're gonna be miserable. They're gonna be destroyed, and eventually America will be a desolate wilderness. This place will never be inhabited. And it says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruins, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her under desolation. And that's exactly what it is. They're going to be grieved, man, very soon for what they have done to us. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon the own head. And that's exactly what it is. The Lord's gonna allow his elect men to see the destruction of Babylon, you know, for better eyes view, you know, and that's exactly what it is. And so, you know, the article, man, the article is a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading, but you get the idea. I mean, the average black family will need 228 years to build the wealth of a white family today. So, and we know that goes into the Lazarus and the Richmond. You know, the story of Lazarus and Richmond. You know, the transition is taking place as we speak. You know, we're hasting for Yahushua to come. to make these things come true. So that was a lesson, man. Lord willing, Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to say, Kaholo Yamla Yahweh Shaba Hasham Haw Kakadash. Double honor to our elders, apostle of GMS whole wall. Also, next time, Shalom.